Who would have thought that this sweeper of the mental hospital, whose father is actually a billionaire? He told Jack to drive away his female companions as soon as he woke up.
Do you mind locking the door on your way out?
You aren't gonna bring me breakfast, are you?
Just after he left the house, he went to the bar to have a good time, but he was stopped by security because everyone knew he was not only broke and he was in debt. He was a very poor boy. That day Jack was caught by a debtor. The debtor looked at his empty wallet and beat Jack up. He got up and punched him back, but he was sent straight to the police. The police saw that he had a series of previous convictions. Jack was sent to a mental hospital as a janitor. If he loses that job again, then his parole would expire. In order to get some money out of his father, he decides to attend his brother's wedding, but he was asked to bring his girlfriend home. Jack has no choice but to find a single nurse, but no one would look at an asshole. But at that moment, a girl with bare feet like a genie appears. He was instantly frozen. That night Jack was walking past the ward when he noticed one of the nurses making a pass at her. Jack rushed up and punched her.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cause any trouble.
You didn't do anything wrong. The guy's a freak. He was gonna hurt you.
But he's a doctor.
No, he's not a doctor. Now listen to me. You gotta protect yourself in here, okay? Be careful.
As soon as Jack left, the girl came after him barefoot. She thinks Jack's a good guy. She wants to go with him. Jack asked her why she wasn't wearing shoes. The girl said her mother had told her that wearing shoes would hurt her feet. Jack quickly gave her some money.
Take care of yourself. Get some shoes.
But he stopped just after crossing the street, thinking that this is not the way to leave the girl. So he decided to take him to his brother's wedding. But the girl who had just escaped from the mental hospital, obviously not the same as normal people. The girl locked herself in the toilet right after she...
It's the flusher.
It's the first time flyer. Yeah, push that.
It says flush right on it.
The letters are worn off.
Anyway, just push it. You handle it.
It doesn't take long for the girl to feel too crowded here, so she quietly ran to the first-class rest. In the face of strange looks from the crowd, Jack patiently comforted her and said the girl is his girlfriend. The girl was very happy to hear that.
Am I really your girlfriend?
Yeah.
The two of them soon arrived at the station, but looking at the strange and luxurious villa, the girl was a little scared, and Jack held out his hand and pulled her in together. The mother was very happy to see, and said this is the South. You have to sleep separately.
I wouldn't stay in the same room with a man.
The mother was even happier to see the girl so innocent. But the next morning he still found out the problem. The girl who escaped from the mental hospital, first time to her boyfriend's house, but cleaned the toilet early in the morning.
You don't have to do any of that here. Okay?
My mother said that this is how you earn love.
I thought you didn't have any family.
I don't. My mother is dead. I killed her. That's why they put me in the hospital.
Jack knew he was in trouble, but the show must go on. The day of my brother's wedding, mother dresses the girl, and when she put on a pale yellow evening gown, when she stood in front of the crowd, Jack was momentarily stunned. But she never wears shoes. She was a little uncomfortable for a while. At the ball, Jack's father went on to dance, asking the girl about the two of them, but she couldn't lie and soon couldn't answer the question, and had an asthma attack. Jack had to take her away from the place. In the face of his father's questioning, he had to tell the truth.
I'm a janitor in a mental hospital. Part of my probation. She's a patient.
Watching the family arguing, the girl couldn't control her shouting. Because of a parole violation, Jack couldn't fly home, so he stole one of his father's RVs from the garage, ready to take the girl back to the hospital. The girl was very happy on the way, curious about everything around her. It wasn't long before they arrived at the station. Jack handed her some money and said to go out and make a phone call. The girl seemed to notice something unusual.
It's not gonna be long.
No, it's not gonna be too long.
Jack still left alone. The girl was left waiting here foolishly. He waited for a whole day with bare feet, until a kindly security guard came up to ask, but the girl's answer was firm.
My boyfriend is just making a phone call. It shouldn't be long.
On the other hand, Jack got a call from the dean and was told that this girl has been locked in the house for almost her whole life, couldn't survive on her own. Looking at the girl's canvas shoes, he realized it was time to go back, and at that moment the girl finally understood. She had been abandoned. She went to the information desk barefoot. She asked the security guard to help her go home, but then a familiar figure finally appeared.
No more phone calls?
No more phone calls.
The two of them went back on the road together. Wherever they went, Jack held on to her tightly. He was a little tired at night. He wanted to let the girl drive for a while, but she said,
I don't know how to drive. My mom said that driving gets you pregnant.
Next day Jack took her to the playground, playing on the slide together, doing the merry-go-round together. When we were hungry, we ate together. The girl told him this is the best day of her life. The two of them hit the road again. During the conversation, Jack talked about how much money he owed.
I owe some people a lot of money.
If I had any money, I'd give it to you.
The two men smiled at each other. In fact, he understood. This simple and naive girl had already touched his heart. But the director called again to urge. Jack promised to take her back to the hospital right away. But the girl had heard everything. Feeling cheated, she ran away. The girl, who doesn't know how to drive, starts the RV and is about to leave, but crashes into a container. After calming down, the girl told about her mother for the first time. It turned out that her mother was mentally ill. One day, she kept screaming at the top of her lungs. The girl was afraid to go to see, but the next day, her mother died. She thought it was her fault. Hearing this, Jack realized
That is not you killing your mother. That is her dying. You need to stop saying you killed your mother because you didn't.
Am I gonna have to live at the hospital? No one's gonna know where I am. You're not gonna forget.
by that time the police had arrived. Jack gave the girl a loving kiss and was arrested. When the mother found out, she found her husband, but the husband didn't want to care. This made him very angry. He said, "Who bailed you out when you were reckless?" And so Jack was successfully bailed out. Father and son smiled at each other and resolved their differences. Jack came out and rushed to the hospital to find the girl, but he was rejected by the director to her face. The girl also wanted to see Jack so badly that she refused to take her medication. After learning that he had been here this morning, she immediately wanted to go out.
No, I promise I'm only gonna leave for a little bit. No, it's okay because I'm not crazy. It's okay. It's all right. You just need to calm down. No, I'm not having an attack. I just want to see my boyfriend.
To see the girl, Jack came up with a crazy idea, lying directly on the train tracks, although he was successfully taken to the mental hospital. But the director saw through it, so he told the director about the girl's mother. After hearing this, the director decided to talk to the girl alone, ask him if he really likes Jack.
I don't like him. I love him.
The dean thinks the girl doesn't know what love is, but the girl asks Dean if he understands. The dean said he was divorced, but there was a hint of regret in his eyes.
I still love her. What happens? You know it's not anything else.
Dean understands. The girl in front of him is simply a normal person, just never touched this world. And so the girl gathered her clothes while a smile appeared on her face, and Jack received a huge check from his father. The two finally reunited in the hallway. This story is called Barefoot. I wish all lovers in the world will be married. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.